Hello, everyone, and welcome to After the Weekend GPX News.
Is that what that is?
We're
There going to be like a little tagline, like
yeah, whatever. Just like,
It's going to be
hey
the
man,
news
Trevor
intro
Noah's
after
out,
the
so
weekend.
Trevor Noah's
But
out.
after the weekend is like in Comic Sans font
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like really bad.
Please don't. Please don't.
There's so many news items that were popping in. We all had like crazy obligations. We're kind of been a bit busy since coming back from Tokyo. Brain fog. Some of us got sick, but we're all healthy. We're all good now. And instead of just putting out separate reaction videos, we thought we'd do one big one and just get everybody caught up on our perspectives and stuff. Start off, gentlemen, something that dropped right now, and this is why I quickly called everyone up. One of my favorite games, one of Matt's favorite games, Mario Strikers just got a new DLC update. I didn't know we were going to get this free update. I completely forgot about it. Comes out tomorrow. We get Birdo, we get Bowser Jr. as characters, a new gear, shell gear, quite possibly the coolest stadium, rooftops. They look cybernetic, futuristic. I love it. Immediately, I'm going to be switching to that.
Because I don't know, it depends on how much you played Strikers, but the stadiums come in tiers, and there's 4 tiers, and the last tier costs an exorbitant amount of currency to unlock. So it just takes like, I don't know, 10 seasons worth of just like slogging it through to get the money to unlock the last tier.
Yeah.
So we've been on the jungle stage for a while, and yeah, now that we saw this, it's time for a change, I think.
High time we abandon the jungle and go to the concrete jungle, if you will. And I'm super excited. This is an update I did not see coming. I'm so happy that this is the 3rd free update. This is the same game plan they pulled for Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, if you remember correctly. A lot of people threw those games out right on review, and now years later, if you just look up Mario Tennis and the competitive scene and how some say it is actually the proper fighting game Nintendo released, not Smash Brothers Ultimate. Tennis has that. It's that one-on-one battle, and it's super competitive. And same with golf. It's a very high-quality game. Strikers' initial impressions were kind of like, it's just, you got a couple of cups here and there. It felt like a hollow serving. But the online, despite it being Nintendo styled, meaning of course you don't have those lobbies, you don't have like good online maintenance. Despite all of those problems, it's the game that I've played the most this year, and it has such a big learning curve. It has an easy learning curve, but there's so much room for growth. I remember there was a lot of competitors we faced off that we thought were hacking, and now we can whoop them because we weren't using certain techniques. And to see this update come out, I'm thrilled. Tony's a big fan of Strikers, him and Christian.
The brothers, yeah.
The brothers. Give us your thought. What do you think of the reveal trailer? How did
The update? The update looks cool. Being the huge fan of Strikers that I am, clearly, I'm just ecstatic about this. No, I think it looks cool. I mean, you can't go wrong with free updates, right? So
Agreed.
I think people who were complaining at the beginning, maybe it was justified. Maybe you might not agree with this whole idea of putting things out not finished, so to speak. But I mean, hey, we're getting free updates. Do I want them to do this for every game? Probably not, but yeah, it's alright. It's keeping it going. And it fits in with Nintendo's strategy, right? Of sort of, we've said this 1,000 times, but it's drip feeding.
Yeah.
Right? With everything. Slowly but surely.
And speaking of drip feeding, moving on to our next topic, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Pack 3. I think there's more to that title. It's like a mouthful.
It's the Crimbus edition.
Yeah, the Crimbus edition.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass Wave 3.
Yeah, Wave
is
3.
the full title. It's a doozy.
Fantastic set of courses. I'm gonna have the courses be flipping through on the video feed as we talk about it. Gentlemen, what stood out? Nat, what stood out for you? What was your favorite course and why?
I think, I mean, everyone's favorite course is going to be the last one, Rainbow Road. I think
Yeah.
it was the 3DS Rainbow Road. That was nuts when we first played it.
Everyone
But
said that.
best.
I don't know. You guys both said that, and well, I do agree. It is amazing. It's probably my favorite Rainbow Road. I don't know. It might be. I don't. The other ones are. The other levels are pretty good. I mean, Merry Mountain.
Mary Mountain's amazing, man.
Mary Mountain is
Awesome.
like that. Also, is a contender for one of the best courses. Yeah, for sure.
Peach
Yeah.
Garden was really good.
Yeah.
Even I think
Rocky Mountain.
yeah, Rocky
visually-
Mountain. Oh my gosh, Maple Treeway.
visually, I loved Maple Treeway. I think Maple Treeway was my favorite one, like stylistically.
Yeah.
It looked really awesome. Yeah.
And that's not to hate on Rainbow Road. I think it's great, but I think it just speaks to how good this pass is. And I mean, hey, even the London and Berlin levels were really good
Mm.
They
too.
were fantastic.
Yeah, they were
Absolutely
fun.
fantastic.
So I mean, they're kind of all heavy hitters this time around. So I think it's hard for me to pick my favorite just because they're all so good.
No, agreed.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, yeah, it's just if this is what, and we're not. You said something. We're not even halfway done. We are on the halfway point, I think.
Yeah, that is the halfway point. Yeah.
Is it that?
That's nuts, man.
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm.
By the end, we're gonna have 48
Yep.
extra courses.
Oh,
Dude,
that's
I
just
love
crazy,
it.
man.
Absolutely love it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's so much to this game. And you know, it says something because I kind of wish there were a lot of GameCube games that did that. If we had an online infrastructure at that time, because there's some games that I was in love with, like Battalion Wars and stuff like that, and it would be nice to keep getting content and have that game in the public's eye. I think fighting games are realizing now. They're slowly drip feeding new characters. Guilty Gear is doing that. Tekken did that. Where basically over the course of 2 years they have like content rolled out to keep that public interest. Because like it or not, people are fickle and moronic. Like something comes out, they play it, and they're like, "Oh, I'm done. Nobody else is playing. I'm not gonna care." But it's like the percentage of gamers that are really like cerebral. They think about their games. They love their games. I revisit some of my older favorites every year. I'll play. Recently, I would revisit Metroid Dread because I love that game's and atmosphere environment a lot, and it's good. I think Mario Kart found that solution.
Have you finished
despite-
hardcore mode yet? Sorry to interject.
No, it's too hardcore for me, man. It's too
It's so
hardcore.
hardcore. Yeah, you
Too
get like
hardcore.
I love
You
it.
gotta
I
throw in
think
the
it's in
towel
the
sometimes.
trailer or something. Like Samus gets clipped by like a tiny little fish or something, and like
Yeah,
you just die as me.
just like immediate. And I can't even
Uh,
imagine doing this game with that, man. But it's great, and I have played it. Boss rush mode was great on that too. But coming back to Mario Kart, it's fantastic. It's painful, but it's fantastic because when we're online, there's a lot of people online too. Even though we don't get to play with them, there are a lot of people online playing that game. And now that Strikers got this pack, there are going to be more people online jumping in, or people that were kind of like sleeping on last season finally jump in and play this game. So Nat and I don't have to wait half an hour to match up with somebody.
Yeah, so it's the perils of the inconsistent Nintendo Online maintenance. Like Switch Sports is surprisingly really good,
Mhm.
but yeah, most other games are not very good.
Yes.
Yeah, I just
Online
wish they would do
infrastructure.
this. I just wish they would do this with other games too. Like, I mean, of course they're doing it for Mario Kart 8 just because it's the best-selling Switch game.
Mm.
But you know, I was just thinking about Mario Party Superstars recently. When that game came out last year, I think,
Yeah.
or the year before or something, and it still only has 5 boards to play on. Like, I think it sold a couple million copies, and like they still there's like no DLC for it or whatever. So it's like some of these games, it just kind of gets me worried. It's like they throw it out there with content lacking, right? I mean, even Strikers to a degree, which we talked about, there's a chance that the game could have sold poorly, which it didn't because it had been so long since there was a Strikers game. I think it was always going to do well. Mario
Yeah.
Party, for example, it's like it would benefit so much from DLC because the game is like perfect. I love it. I think it's such a good compilation and remake of the other games, but because there's that other Mario Party on the system, Nintendo's kind of just like, oh yeah, okay, we put this out here, and we're just kind of let it go. And there's just no news, there's no updates for it or anything. It's just
It's
such a
kind
shame.
of it's kind of what happened to Animal Crossing, like after the last update.
Yeah.
They just kind of like, oh yeah, that's it, we're done. Like it's like so many people bought that game during the pandemic. That was the game that,
Which is insane.
that's
Which
the
is
game that people
insane.
played during the pandemic, and now they're
Yes.
just like, no, we're done. It's like
I had to say, Doom Eternal's gotten more patches and download content than Animal Crossing, and they came out around the same time.
same time, yeah.
Yeah,
Use a
but
belt and
So
use
sad.
me.
But it's crazy. That really is crazy because I get it. Nintendo, they want to act like they're not a big company, and yeah, maybe they are allocating their resources to doing sequels for a few years down the line or whatever. But how do you not have a small dedicated team to add more Animal Crossing content? Like it's one of your best-selling games.
It baffles me. No, you have a very good point.
That
Baffles
game
me.
should be getting updates all the time. I hate when they're like, this is the final update, and it's like,
Yeah, it's like, and then what are you gonna do, man? Come on.
what?
It's not like you got a new one waiting in the.
It's like
the
like
wings.
if they wanted to go back, Back to the Future whole thing, they could do an update where they bring back the city, and like you go, that was in the third game, where you go to like a sprawling city. Like they could just bring that back. That could just be a whole nother update.
Yeah.
But it's just like I don't know, like yeah, it's just weird. Like their whole online system is just it's weirdly inconsistent and.
I mean, we could do a whole podcast and never miss a beat
Yeah.
on their online system, but I do agree. We do need something for Mario Party. That's a game I have, and I have yet to play with you guys. I think it's a
I
fantastic.
think it's because
game.
I don't have it, right? That's the
Correct.
only reason we haven't played.
That's the only reason I can play it. You're the only one.
on it.
Mhm.
You don't.
Get on it.